See, all things. All things. Not some things. All things. All things. Whether good, whether bad, whether ugly. Whether good, whether bad, whether ugly. Whether good, whether bad, whether ugly. Whether your husband is leaving you, whether you lost a job, whether they diagnose you with a sickness, whether you failed an exams, whether good, bad, ugly. Even the ugliest things, as a child of God, because my fate and my destiny is in the hands of my God, all things will work together for my good. All things will work together for my good. God will turn this lime into lemonade. God will turn this disappointment to his supernatural appointment. God will turn this obstacle to a miracle. God will perform a miracle in this situation that people can say, wow, only God can do this for you. So I just came to somebody who feels so discouraged and who feels so hopeless and feel like cursing God out. Please chill out. What you call disappointment is what is going to turn out to be his supernatural appointment in your life. If you don't have a messy situation, how will you have a message? If you're not going through a messy situation in your marriage, a messy situation in your finances, how are you going to have a message and a testimony? If you don't go through trials, how can you have a triumph? If you are not tested, how can you have a testimony? Precious one, we serve a God who is a masterminder. His thoughts are not your thoughts. His ways are not your ways. As far as the east is from the west, that's how far his ways are far away from you. And that's what sometimes the way we think is not the way God thinks towards us. And the way we want things to be done, he doesn't always does it that way. Because his ways are perfect. Sometimes he allows you to go through the worst case scenario. Very stinking. When they called upon Jesus to come because his friend, they don't use the word friend in the New Testament for too many people. How many people did it? We knew about his 12 disciples, but how many people could call Jesus his friend? The only time we hear friend is Lazarus. Your friend is at the point of dying. Make haste, come. Pray for him and heal him. And Jesus Christ waits for about 3 to 4 days for somebody he calls his friend and somebody who calls him friend. I thought if your friend calls you and you have that kind of grace and anointing on your life, with all the text message they gave to Jesus, with all the email, with all the fax, the phone call, the Twitter, every message they could get to him that your best friend, your friend Lazarus, is at the point of dying. Come on, make haste and come and heal him. He decided to wait until Lazarus dies. And now he's stinking, dead and stinking. And then he says, I'm going. When Martha saw him, she had an attitude. Lord, if you had come early, you call yourself our friend. If you had only come early, your friend Lazarus wouldn't have died if you had come early. Look at you. You are coming late. You are late, Lord. You are late. You are late, so my husband is divorcing me. You are late, so the doctors say I have cancer. You are late, so I'm about to be evicted. You are so late, oh God, so I failed exams. You are late. I cried upon you. You are late. Martha said, Lord, if you had only come early, Lazarus wouldn't have died. You are late. And for some of you, you feel Jesus is late. Lord, if you have been earlier, I would have been married by now. If you had only been early, I would have been pregnant by now. If you had come early, I would have been having this job now. You are late. Right now, my situation is stinking. By this time, he's thinking. That's what Mary. Having an attitude. I called upon you. I cried to you. I prayed. I fasted. I did everything. I even sowed a seed. I even broke some bottles. I have been binding and losing. And yet still you are late. My husband is leaving me. My husband is still with another woman. What kind of God are you? Martha had the same attitude like you have. Martha had the same attitude. Your attitude is like Martha. Your attitude. Lord, you are late. You are late. Why didn't you let me get that job? Why didn't you let that man marry me? Why did you allow this? Lord, you are late. I fasted. Didn't I fast? Didn't I partake in the 1 week fasting? I even joined in the emergency fasting. And Lord, I was expecting that you will come. You will come and do a miracle. You will come and perform some signs and wonders. You will come and resurrect Lazarus and heal him. But look at you. You call yourself the Son of God. You call yourself our friend. You are late. Now he stinketh. Lazarus stinketh. And some of us, somebody came on the prayer line tonight having the same attitude like Martha. Jesus is late. Because he's late, you are behind bills. Because he's late, your husband is about to divorce you. Because he's late, you are going to a court and you don't even know the outcome. You don't even have no money. Jesus, you are late. And sometimes Jesus can be late. He can be late. We've been crying to him, fasting, praying, binding, loosing, some assaulting. We've done everything, drinking oil, bathing oil, anointing ourselves, and yet still is late. Disappointment. Lord, you are late. At this time, Lazarus is thinking, our situation is hopeless. Case closed. So now that you are coming, what are you going to do about the situation, Lord? When I needed you to come and fix it, you didn't show up. Now you have showed up. Everything is hopeless. But with all this attitude of matter, which you have the same attitude, Jesus said one thing. Do you believe? Don't you know that I am the resurrection and I am the life? I am the resurrection and I am the life. He who believes in me will not die. And he who believes in me, who is alive, will not die too. Even those who are dead will come back, and those who are living will not die. I am the resurrection. So Jesus Christ walks with him, head to the tomb, and his heart was broken. And the shortest verse in the Bible is, and Jesus wept. And Jesus wept when he saw Mary and Martha crying. He wept. He wept because it could have affected his emotion that these guys don't believe that I can resurrect Lazarus. Or he wept also because he wants them to know that he cares about your feelings and what you are going through, and he shares the same pain with you. But the pain also is that why can't you believe me? You see, they had faith that if only Jesus could come on time and prayed for Lazarus, Lazarus would be made well. That was how far their faith could go. But anything beyond, they didn't believe. They couldn't have that kind of faith. So when Lazarus died, their faith was shattered. So when Jesus came back, they couldn't believe that now that Lazarus is dead, what are you going to do? That is where the problem is with you. You think that if Jesus comes into your marriage right now and fix it, there's hope. But now that your husband is with the other woman and probably has a child with the other woman and has filed for that divorce, case closed. You see, people cannot think beyond that. Even that, he is the resurrection and the life, he can still bring him back home. Even though I've been laid off and I'm jobless for 2 years, and I don't even know how I'm going to apply for a job, and they'll tell me that for the past 2 years, what have you been doing? We don't believe that even in this dead case scenario, hopeless case scenario, useless case scenario, God is still God. That is your problem. Your problem and my problem is that we've placed limitation on how far Jesus can go. Oh, if he can only come on time, my time, then I believe he can do it. But if he shows up on his time, because the Bible says in his own time, he makes all things beautiful. If he can show up on his time, it will be too late. I am 49. How can I get married now? I am 50. How can I be pregnant now? At this age, what am I going to do with my destiny? You see, you have chosen to place a limit on the power of Jesus. But Jesus Christ had to remove the lid of limitation and say, if you will believe, if you will believe, if you believe, you shall see the glory of God. If you will believe. In your hopeless, dead, stinking situation, in your hopeless, dead, stinking situation, in your hopeless, impossible, dead, hopeless decision, if you can still believe and apply for that job, if you can only believe and go to that court with that confidence, then you will see the glory of the Lord. Only if you believe. Only if you believe. Now the question is that, can you believe that your dead Lazarus can come back to life? Your stinking Lazarus can come back to life. That is the problem. Can you have a faith? I'm not asking you of a big faith, a small faith like a mustard seed, to believe God to move this mountain with this most little seed of faith. Can you believe? That's where the problem is. We have belittled God and made him too small in our lives. We believe him to some extent. Beyond that, we think it's hopeless. But I came to prophesy to somebody that if you believe this week, your Lazarus, even though he's dead, even though he's buried, even though he's stinking, your Lazarus will come back to life. Because he is the resurrection and the life. Maybe tonight I came to speak to you, that lady, that man, who is having a dead Lazarus situation, a hopeless, useless, helpless, impossible situation. You see, you don't even know how you are going to get that job. You don't know how you are going to come out of that problem. You don't know how things are going to turn out, because everything looks negative, bad. Everybody looks, how can my husband come back? He's with this other woman, and I hear the other woman is pregnant. Lazarus is dead. Lazarus is dead. By this time, Lazarus thinketh. Lazarus. When I came to speak the word of God to you, that Jesus said, I am the resurrection, and I am the life. He or she who believes in me, though she may be dead, they will come back to life. And those things that are living will not die. If you believe, that marriage will not die. If you believe, you will not die, but you will live, regardless of what the doctors are saying. If you only believe, God will protect you from your enemies. God will provide the finances for you, however it is. Even if you don't have the money, they will not kick you out. They will give you the grace period until the money comes in, because you are depending on the resurrection and the life. Tonight, God is saying to somebody, can you believe? Can you dare? Audacity of faith, audacity of hope. Can you dare tonight believe that even though my Lazarus may be dead, even though my Lazarus may be buried, and even though my Lazarus may be stinking, because Martha said to Jesus, by this time, Lord, he stinketh. By this time, 4 days, 4 days, 4 days. Lord, you are too late, too late, too late in my situation, too late in my marriage, too late concerning these exams, too late in this court case, too late, I'm late behind bills, too late to get a job, too late to get married, too late, my destiny is late. By this time, by this time, by this time, he stinketh. Jesus, they say, only believe. Only believe. I don't have much to say tonight, but this prophetic word is coming for somebody. This prophetic word is coming for somebody. This prophetic word is coming for not everybody, but for somebody. I've told you that the word of God comes to everybody, but for somebody, it changes your situation. The one who believes. As I'm speaking, thousands are listening, but there is somebody who is listening to this prophetic word that is describing your hopeless, useless, impossible, dead, stinking Lazarus situation. If the Holy Spirit says you will believe,